how's it going everyone? This is the Anime Man. Now, if you have any kind of knowledge of anime at all, whether you are an experienced watcher or whether you're an avid viewer, you will most likely at least have heard of the two words that are laid out in the title of this video. One of these words being ecchi and the other one being hentai. Now, there are probably a percentage of you that are pretty confused with the title. You're probably saying something along the lines of, alright, Joey, ecchi and hentai are sure, they're both sexual and they're both sexual genres in anime, but they're definitely not the same thing. I don't know what the hell you're smoking, but I want some. And you know what? You're actually right. In the English sense and in the English-speaking anime community, ecchi and hentai are two different things. In the English-speaking anime community, ecchi is the genre of anime that shows partial nudity, suggestive sexual activities, or even full frontal nudity in an anime. Now keep in mind that with anime that have partial nudity and these ecchi things, they usually censor it during the TV airing in case there are minor kids who do stay up late and watch this anime, and usually release the uncensored versions for DVD and Blu-ray releases. Now, hentai on the other hand is pretty much ecchi taken to the extreme. Hentai is the Western term used to describe anime pornography. We're talking full-fledged nudity, full-fledged penis and everything, even though the genitalia is censored because Japanese pornography censoring laws are really strange, but that's another topic for another day. Now, the word hentai came about to describe anime pornography in the Western anime community due to the fact that the word hentai is a Japanese word which means pervert. So, obviously, since anime porn is perverted, since it's pornography and it's from Japan, it makes sense to call it hentai. So just from that little explanation, you can see that both ecchi and hentai are two different things. Sure, they both may be sexual, but they're two physically different genres of anime. So now you're probably thinking to yourself, then Joey, what's up with the title of this video? Well, while in English, ecchi and hentai are two different things, in Japan, it is the exact same thing. Allow me to explain. First of all, it's best to clarify that in Japan, the word ecchi and hentai aren't used in the same way that they're used in the English-speaking community. In fact, the Japanese don't use the words ecchi and hentai to describe the respective genres. The equivalent of the ecchi genre in Japanese is usually replaced with the word harem, as a lot of ecchi anime in Japan usually have harems in them. And if they don't have harems in them, but they still have ecchi elements in it, they just don't define it as a genre. To them, nudity just comes naturally, like, oh, there's a pair of tits. Cool. Now, the equivalent of hentai or anime pornography is usually replaced with a totally different word, that word being juhachikin, which is a combination of the words juhassai, which means 18, and kinshi, which means forbidden. In other words, juhachikin is the literal translation of 18 plus, which makes a lot of sense since a lot of pornography in most countries is usually 18 plus. So where do the words ecchi and hentai come into play in the Japanese language? Well, we described hentai as meaning pervert in Japanese, but what about ecchi? Well, not surprisingly, the word ecchi in Japanese can be a verb which means to have sex. Hence the birth of the genre. But what's interesting is the birth of the word ecchi, how it came about. The birth of the word ecchi stems from the way that the Japanese people and people who speak Japanese pronounce the letter H. If you ask a Japanese person to pronounce the letter H, they would say ecchi. And the letter H was taken from the word, you guessed it, hentai. This is the reason why you may have heard in some anime, especially when it comes to like tsundere characters or just characters who are trying to hide and, you know, tell the protagonist off, they sometimes call them a hentai. Yeah, hentai! Or they sometimes call them ecchi. Yeah, ecchi! So the word ecchi and hentai is actually interchangeable in the Japanese language, as they both are nouns for the word pervert. So in Japan, ecchi and hentai is the same thing. So what should you take out of this video? Well, the thing that you should take out of this video is that ecchi and hentai are both sexual things, but depending on where you live, they can mean different things, or they can mean the same thing. Either way, if you ask me, regardless of whether they're the same thing or they're a different thing, I approve of it. Ecchi and hentai for the win! Guys, let me know in the comments below. Do you like ecchi anime? Do you like hentai? Did you know the meanings of ecchi and hentai before this video? And did you know that ecchi and hentai are the same thing in Japanese? As a bonus, let me know what your favorite ecchi and or hentai series is as well in the comments below. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. As always, like and favorite if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more anime banner, and I'll see you guys next video of whatever I make. Keep watching anime.